It has been quite an eventful 48 hours. Not what I thought I would be doing at all. One night in a hospital chair next to the bed was enough for Tuesday, Joe went to work and had a sore on the top of one of his toes. He has diabetes, and we've been through some issues with having infections and not being able to conquer the infections due to his diabetes, and then the infections kind of getting out of control. So long story short, he has 3 toe amputations that have happened as a result of this. But part of what was going on with him before was he had a mitral valve prolapse, and we didn't know that his condition had returned from childhood, and so he wasn't getting like great circulation to his feet. But he had a mitral valve replacement. He has a pacemaker, so now that's no longer an issue. We thought we were out of the water, but apparently, I don't know if his blood sugars have been running a little bit higher than normal or what, but he was not able to beat this infection on the top of his toe where it was rubbing against his shoe. It's something that we have been meaning to get his toe like surgically straightened out, but just for different reasons. There's been a lot of things going on in the family that the timing has never been right, and once he went and he had another sore and on his leg or something, and they said that that had to heal first. So it's been like pushed back, and now here we are. He thought that it was under control. Of course, since we've been dealing with this, he knows the steps to take care of himself, and we have betadine solution in the house, which is like a good disinfectant that you can put on your skin if you have issues with infection. So he was, wrapping it every day and putting the solution on, and it was under control. Like, he didn't even tell me that it was an issue. On Tuesday, he wrapped it like normal, cleaned it. It looked okay in the morning. And then by like lunchtime, he was starting to not feel well. He had swelling in his leg. Did not realize at that point that it was related to the toe. Thought that it was like another infection, like maybe he had cut himself and had cellulitis in his leg or something, because the pressure and the pain was in his leg, not in his toe. So he went to the clinic after school because they couldn't get him into the primary care doctor or his podiatrist. And when they unwrapped his foot to take a look at his toe just to make sure, it was black, which if you know anything about skin infections, black is not a good sign. Black is a sign that there's dead tissue, and so they call it like necrosis or whatever. So they said you need to go to the ER. So Tuesday I was supposed to go home, work on a paper for my class, and instead of doing that, I took him to the emergency room, which the hospital that his podiatrist uses, who's familiar with our background history, it's an hour and a half away. So we came home and got things together. I threw some things in a bag because I'm not new to this. Like, I knew I was going to be there overnight at least. And then we took him to the hospital. So he is in the hospital now. He's getting ready to have surgery today at 2:00 to remove the toe, so that because they found infection in the bone, and that's not good because that could spread to his foot. And the one thing that we're trying to avoid is losing a foot. So my last couple of days have been drastically different than what I expected. Not what I thought I would be doing at all. I just have to accept that this is my life right now. And the funny part is, like, Joe and I are not even like really that worried about this surgery. We've been through this before. It's actually a pretty simple thing. The complications are low. It's a pretty safe surgery. It's more like not doing the surgery that could be like dangerous. So I came home last night, spent a little time with the dog, and got my lesson plans together for the sub for the next 2 days. And now I'm headed back out to the hospital. It is a beautiful day outside, and my climbing rose is so gorgeous. All of those buds from tying it back and giving it good support have started to open, and it is just so beautiful. So I've been enjoying this morning. It's really peaceful here. Yeah, I'm just gonna head out, get some gas, and we'll see how the day goes. Hopefully I can get some of my Liberty coursework done while I'm at the hospital today. I tried to do it the other day, and I had accidentally left my charger at the school, so my computer died and I really couldn't get anything done. So today, while I'm waiting, I'm going to be trying to do some of that. So let's go ahead and get on the road. Here we are. Joe is out of surgery, and we're going to watch, what's it called? Some farmer bachelor something show. See what we think. So this one is a little different than The Bachelor because there's multiple farmer bachelors. And each farmer has like different sets of girls.
I've only ever brought one man home to my family, and it was somebody that I was in love with. So getting Jennifer's letter this morning really put things into perspective. I have a lot to think about.
So what do you think so far?
I have no idea. I don't think highly of these shows to begin with, so.
Well, it makes it a little more interesting when there's like multiple guys with multiple sets of girls. So you're like bouncing back and forth between the different storylines.
I guess so.
And also, I mean, I don't know what it was like when they started, if they had like one big pool of girls and then they like separated off. It is now Friday morning, and I came home last night to sleep, obviously. I'm letting the dog out for a few minutes. I need to take a shower, get ready for the day, and I need to create a little video for my students because they have not been doing their reading correctly online, and I was going through it last night and giving some feedback, and I noticed that. So they're finishing up that same online assignment today, and I just need to go in and make a little video and post it for them so that they know what my expectations are. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to head out because today is discharge day. Joe is doing really well. They are just monitoring everything this morning, make sure all of his vitals are good, and then he will get to come home. So I'm going to go drive back out and pick him up and bring him home. Good morning, class. I am getting ready to go to the hospital and pick up Mr. Ludoff. I don't know how much you know about the situation from this week, but Mr. Ludoff had to have surgery unexpectedly. So that is why I have been out the last couple of days. He's fine. Everything went well, but he is getting discharged today. So that means that they're writing paperwork that allows him to leave the hospital. So I have to drive to Elizabeth City and pick him up. I'm getting ready for that right now. I just wanted to hop on here and talk to you for just a couple of minutes because I was looking at your work last night on your reading online assignment. And I noticed that a lot of you turned in empty work. That's concerning. I'm not sure what you've been doing, but I am giving you a grade on that reading work that I gave you that had slides online about poetry and prose. So if you open that back up, I have returned some of your work to you. That means you have to redo it. I'm not accepting it blank. Also not accepting it with like 1 or 2 things written on it and that's it. You have to have work on every page. Make sure you get all of your math done, all of your reading done, and then you have a social studies weekly that's going to be on Google Classroom this afternoon. All right, everybody have a great day. I love you, and I will see you on Monday. Hi. How are you feeling?
Well, I just took a tramadol. Let's see what it does. Since I don't know that we have any Tylenol.
Are you glad to be home?
I'm fine.
You're fine. Are you glad that Daddy's home? Huh? Are you glad that Daddy's home? Yeah? You're just glad somebody's home, right? Not by yourself. Time to get this kitchen in order and make Joe a healthy dinner. We are trying not to go out to eat. Not that we would tonight anyway because he needs to rest. But we looked at our budget, and because we are trying to buy a house soon, we looked for all these opportunities for saving. And one of our money wasters has been eating out just because we're doing activities at the school. He's doing sports and I'm just working on my papers, and it's just so easy to grab something out to eat since it's just the two of us. It does cost more money. It feels like it doesn't cost that much because we're used to having a family going out to eat. But, you know, it is definitely a place where we can cut back. So I'm working on creating a list of go-to meals that are quick, that are healthy, so that we can eat at home most of the time from here on out until we make that house a reality for ourselves. One of the ways that you can save on your food budget is to use the things that you have. So I took a look in my fridge. We did go grocery shopping not that long ago, and I was just looking around to see what I had. I had some pork, and I thought, well, I'll use this barbecue sauce that's almost gone and fry this up together. Make a little sandwich with some fresh veggies. Use some of the microgreens that I cut from my garden outside, and then have a little soup on the side. It sounded like a good quick meal that I could put together in 30 minutes or less. getting ready for bed. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've just tried to show you some of the things that I do when life throws you unexpected curveballs. Sometimes things happen and we just have to adjust our expectations. But in this video, you watched me take care of myself while I was also taking care of the situation, being able to come home and rest. I did get a little bit of a kind of disapproving look from the night nurse when I left the first night I stayed, but the second night when I left to go home and take the dog out and go to sleep in my own bed, she kind of gave me this like funny look, but I just had to ignore it and go on because I am no good to Joe in helping him as an advocate for his medical care if I'm not well rested. So knowing about myself and my own limitations, that I definitely need my sleep. I can do one night in a hospital room, but I'm not going to do 2 back-to-back nights. That was something important for me to keep in mind. And also just maintaining healthy eating throughout the whole experience, drinking a lot of water, doing things that I loved, like checking on my garden and, you know, letting the dog run around outside and just getting some sunshine. Those are all ways that I kept myself motivated and in a positive frame of mind through the whole experience. It actually was a very peaceful experience considering everything that we were going through. So I'm just encouraging you. I hope that this video is an encouragement to you that when you go through tough times and things that happen that you're not planning on, that just don't forget all of those little things that you've been doing all along, keeping up with those so that you can take care of yourself, because taking care of you is the first step to taking care of others. Thanks for being part of my channel. Thanks for listening and watching and being a consistent audience. I love you all. I hope you're having a great day. Wherever you are, don't forget to work hard, be kind, and amazing things will happen. Good night.